Hey everybody, thanks for joining me today. Today's day 2 out of 5 of our Vision and Prayer Week. And man, I'm excited about what God's going to do in our church this year. You know, if you watched the video yesterday, you know that the word the Lord is speaking over our church is traction. Now that's exciting to me, guys, and I'm going to tell you why. Because I'm the type of guy where things don't normally happen very easily for me. Things don't come easy for me, and so what traction is traction makes it easier to get where you're trying to go, right? And so that's the word that God's speaking over our church. He's speaking traction over our church, so that's just so exciting to me. Now you can look at traction as the type of shoes that you put on. Okay, how many of you guys have ever worn dress shoes that are smooth on the bottom? If you've ever worn shoes like that, then you know that if you're walking around on a slippery floor, it's easy to just slide around because you don't have much traction, right? But if you've ever worn tennis shoes with a good rubber bottom with a good tread on it, then you know that you're going to have better traction and you're not going to slip and slide around, and it's going to be so much easier to get where you're trying to go. So I believe as we begin this year off, the way traction begins is with putting on your shoes, right? That's where traction begins, by putting on your shoes. And so for us, for our church, now I'm not saying it's like this for every church, but for our church, I believe that the place where we begin, the place where we put on our shoes, is with our families. And I'm going to tell you why, guys. This is what we're going to pray about today. We're going to pray about our families today. I'm going to tell you why, guys, because your family is your safety net. Your family is the group of people who are going to support you through your good times and your bad times. And if your family is a wreck, I want you to know that it's going to be hard to have traction anywhere else in your life. So what we're going to do today is we're going to begin by praying for our families, guys. Everybody just say it. We're going to pray for our families. We're going to believe for our families, right? So I'm calling on all of us today to pray for our families today. Pray for the marriages in our church. I want you to understand something. We need you to pray for the marriages in our church, even if you're not married, okay? I heard it said that if you pray for other people's families, that's a seed that's being planted into your own family, right? And so even if you're not married, I call upon all of us to pray for the marriages in our church. Pray that bonds would be strengthened and healed. Pray that God would grow us to resemble the godly marriages that Jesus desires for us to have, right? Pray for the parents in our churches as well. Pray for the parents to be godly examples for their kids. Pray for parents to love their kids, to raise them to know the Lord. Pray for our children to respect their parents and to respect the adults and to want to run after God, guys, and pray for other relationships in our church to be healed and strengthened in the Lord. We need our families to be strong. So I'm calling on us today. Pray for our families today. That's where traction's going to begin with us. God's speaking that to my heart pretty strongly. It was so strong when he spoke the word traction to me, and it was just as strong when he said it's got to begin with our families. So we're praying for our families. We're praying for salvation. We're praying for deliverance. We're praying for healing of hearts. We're praying that our families will be strong in the Lord, right, guys? And that's where we're going to begin. Finally, we want to pray that our church family, that's one of the strong points of our church, is that we want to make everybody feel like they're part of our family in the church, right? That's what we do. We love people. And so we're going to pray that our church family would be strong in love and strong in the Lord, and that we would also see new family members added to our church this year. Guys, it's going to be a good year because we're starting it off right, okay? And so I thank you for joining me in this journey, and I'm just so excited to see where the Lord ends up taking us. So you have a blessed day, and we'll see you back tomorrow morning, all right?